did I? You know you did. Go on, answer the question.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Things happen. So, I apologize for slapping the heavyweight champion. I apologize for spitting on the heavyweight champion. It's done. Yeah.
Let me ask the question. Did anyone ask them to apologise after all the fracas happened when they were standing at the back of the hall clapping? Did you seen that video, haven't you? Have you seen it? Vitaly Klitschko standing at the back, standing at the hall, clapping and then shaking David's hand. I didn't see any apologies from them. And I'll tell you what else, I didn't see any apologies from the German Commission for not having any security there. I was doing part-time security on the night and didn't get paid for it. You know, we've got a fight here. We're going to announce some more fights next week. This is a big show. This is exciting, an exciting fight. And this place, as I say, is going to be rocking. This is going to be sold out. And you know, any of you guys, you've all said yourself, or most of you have said you'd like to see the fight. Go and have a look at the forums and see what the amount of people that do want to see this fight against not seeing it. It is absolutely 99% who want to see the fight. And the Sun newspaper is sponsoring it.
I think it's probably worth saying that last year, when we had the big fight over in Hamburg, it got a pay-per-view audience, which you may or may not be aware of something approaching 1 million with Sky. And I don't know about you, but it's my idea, or my perception, that there's at least as much interest in the fight between David and with Derek as there was then.
The buys were over 1 million. There was over 1 million buys for that fight, but then for each buy, a pub can have maybe 400 people watching it. Yeah. So you can probably multiply that 1 million by 10, 14, something like that. Yeah. That's how many people. So, you know, the call for banning boxing, there's no evidence for that because a lot of people still pay to watch boxing. And I've never seen such a disproportionate reaction to two fighters having a fight. This time it just happened to be outside the ring. So, in hindsight, looking at it now, where should two fighters resolve their differences? In a ring. And that's what's going to happen on July the 14th. But effectively, we were talking about a bit of word slinging, a couple of shots, a bit of grappling on the floor, and that was it. They're two fighters. That's what fighters do. They shouldn't have done it outside the ring, and they both admitted that, and now they've arranged to do it in the ring. And yet, for some reason, people are pretending that they don't see the logic in that, but just pretending it because it makes a bit of a story. But if anybody doesn't want to watch a fight that's here, if you stand up and leave now, I guarantee no one will leave because people want to watch it. You've got two world-class heavyweights, both from Britain, who want to fight each other. And their styles are going to gel because they're going to be in range, wanting to let their hands go, not using their 6'7" advantage to jump back every time someone clenches their fist. Derek comes to fight, David comes to bang. You are going to get an exciting fight. And once we realise that they're two professional fighters who want to have a fight and should do in a ring, we can get over this nonsense that's happened over the last God knows how many months because it's been totally disproportionate. And me personally, I'm offended by the disproportionate nonsense that's been written about two guys having a bit of a dust-up.
David, Dr. Millington, City AM. It sounds as though the Klitschko fight's the one on the bigger picture for you. Do you think this fight's going to, bring that closer in any way?
I don't think it would bring me any further away from it, to be honest. Whether it brings me closer or not, I don't know. But I'm not going to get the Klitschko fight in the summer, so if I haven't got it in the summer, why not keep busy? By the summer, it's been about a year I've been out of the ring. I think that's a long enough time to be out of the ring. Ideally, if I'm looking at fighting Vitaly or Vladimir again, having a little putting the gloves on, getting out there in front of a crowd and going through the motions wouldn't be a bad thing to do before going there against one of these big guys. Although he's nothing like them in style and every single thing about him, to be honest, it's still just going through the motions, going through the warm-up in the change room, going out there, putting him on his back and then have a nice after party and taking it from there.
If you recall, Klitschko's actually said themselves, these two guys get it on, they'll fight the winner.
Bert Bunt
said that. Bert Bunt said that. So you can look at this
verbal contract.
And not worth the paper they're written. But you know, if that's the case, that'll be fantastic. So you look at it as being an eliminator.
Hi, David. It's Scott from FightHype.com. Just a question. Obviously, you've been inactive since last July. Have you stepped into the boxing gym and prepared yourself for? Obviously, there's a rumoured Klitschko bout scheduled to happen. Have you been in the boxing gym, sharpening up, or did you?
I haven't been sharpening up. I'm a healthy person. I eat relatively healthy. You know, I haven't got any addictions. So I'm always in relative shape. And for this fight, it's quite a treat to actually fight someone who's tailor-made for me. You know, when I'm even fighting Audley Harrison, I had to find some big. I had to fight as far as Tony Thompson and some real big southpaw. So I had to work out, get him around that southpaw. You know, adjusting but this guy's, as I say, tailor-made. He does exactly. He'll walk right into range. You know, trying to bob and weave and trying to throw body shots and jam into my chest. Do all the things that I like my opponents to do. So I'm actually going to be able to enjoy training. You know, sparring against big southpaws is not that much fun. You know, or sparring guys who are 7 foot ain't that fun. But fighting someone who's got shorter arms than myself, whose head's huge, and just takes punches in the face, it couldn't be any better. You know, I'm actually I'm actually looking forward to going through the train. I start training camp in June. Start training camp in June. A nice 6-week blitz. I won't have to work on anything too technical. It's just get myself in physically fantastic condition, like I'm always in, and go through the motions. I'm looking forward to it.
Sorry. Can't hear you, Mike.
Frank, Mike Walters, Daily Mirror.
Hey, Mike.
The bill is entitled Licence to Thrill. Is that rubbing the British Boxing Board controls' noses in a bit?
No, it's not rubbing in. It's the fact they're licensed, and it's going to be a thriller. And all I wish I wouldn't say we'd like to be at Aston Villa, because we could have been the thriller at the Villa, but we're at West Ham, so we're going to have a real battle here, and it's going to be a fight that all the fans, as I say, want to see. It's not rubbing. This is a licensed event. The reason we mention licence, because I've read a lot of stuff saying this is an unlicensed fight. It's not an unlicensed fight. There are a lot of unlicensed shows that go on around this country on a regular basis, on a weekly basis, as far as the border control concerned. This is a licensed and bona fide event.
There's lots of other governing bodies that license fights anyway.
Yeah.
There's other boxing governing bodies that license their fights. The Board of Control just happened to be one in England.
Are there any other questions?
Right, well, in that case, we're going to start off by having television interviews with David at this side, so if and radio, of course, so if we could go to that side. And yeah, before that we'll have the head-to-head, so hang about. And then the written media will be over there. So, now for the snappers, we've got the old head-to-fence shots, so I'll go out of the way.